In today's video, we're going to talk about finding your niche as an artist and why it's important for your business. Stay tuned. Hi, it's your girl, Dezzi Pixels, and I'm here to help artists build a business and find their audience online. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about what is a niche, why finding your niche is important, how to find your niche, and at the end, I'll show you how to take that information, plug it into your audience discovery worksheet, and what we're going to do next week. So, question number one, what is your niche? Well, to get technical with you, niche is a special segment of the market that is utilized to sell a product or service. For example, things as dog owners, people who stay at home on the weekends and watch TV after 5. A lot of very niche things are considered niche because those different niches have different sort of habits that people normally do throughout their day that advertisers and marketing people use to bring those people in to advertise their products to. Why is finding your niche important? Well, finding your niche is important because, as I talked about last week, with most artists, they spend most of their time just working on their craft, trying to get that together, rather than looking at the people who would benefit the most from their work and putting their work in front of them. And that's what your niche is. So when going in and looking at a niche, it's important to become an expert in that niche, because what your business is going to do is look at that niche, look at their problems, and gonna find solutions to their problems through the services that you provide. So since we're focusing on artists here, let's say you are an illustrator and you're an illustrator that likes first-person shooters. Well, one niche you could probably look into is first-person shooter art. So what you can do is go in, play your favorite first-person shooter, and then go and do art about it and talk about why the developers chose to design the art in the first-person shooter that way. And then you can do that for game after game. I mean, as long as you're interested in it, and that's the whole point, is to do this with things that you're interested in when finding a niche. Because if you're interested in the niche that you're talking to, you're going to be a lot more interested in going in, doing deep research, really finding what they need, because preferably you're part of the niche too, so you know what you would like to see if you're the one stepping to your channel. This is important when coming to talk about what we talked about last week with being paid different amounts for your work. The problem is when you don't find a niche and you try to sell your work, most of the time you're just putting it out there saying, I am selling this generic picture, and the people that you're advertising to sees that you're trying to advertise a generic picture, and if they like you or if they like the subject that you're drawing, they might look into it, they might pay for it, but it's a lot less likely rather than if you did targeting market studies of that niche, know that that type of person likes these type of visuals, these types of art, and then you make a piece targeting that niche. So when that piece of art shows up on their feed, the person looking at it is like, oh my God, that's exactly the thing I was looking for. Please, please, please take my money. That's what happens when you have good niche targeting and you know the people that you're talking to. So we're not going to talk about how for the last little segment I totally forgot to plug in my microphone because I'm a professional. Also, we're not going to talk about me sweating or my 18 double chins because we're not mean, right? We're not mean. Anyways, to get to the next section, we're going to talk about how do you go about identifying your niche. Well, where I like to tell people to get started is to look where your interest intersects with your talents. So as an artist, if you are an animator, let's say you're an animator and you're into cosplay, what you could do is look into different cosplays and how to make them if you like making them. Then put together a short little animation showing how you put those different cos pieces together. Because in the cosplay community, a lot of strife comes with trying to figure out how to make certain pieces and finding nice, well-explained documentation on how to do it. So from digging into that niche and being part of that niche, you know that that segment of the market needs that help. And since you know cosplay and you have the animation talent to show it to people, those two you can put together to find a unique niche for yourself. And this is what I try to help people do when they come to me with needing help with their business. Because a lot of time they have the technical skills, they're an amazing animator, they're an amazing illustrator, but they don't know where they can best apply those skills to bring value to people who want it. Because that's, again, going back to the beginning, and I'm going to harp on this over and over again. You need to make sure that you're fulfilling a need with your art, and that's why you're doing the target market and the niche, because you want to give yourself a good starting point to know you're not just throwing darts at the wall, hoping they stick. And again, 20 years later, I say 20 years, more like 5-6 years later, you're like, oh, I still only make about $100 a month with my art, even though I've drawn like 20 pieces. That is insane. Like we talked about before, we're not doing that. We're about to be awesome, and yeah, that's how you do that. So, we just had another kerfuffle. I just filmed the whole last section of this video, and I accidentally set it as a time lapse, which is amazing, which means I have all the info I just shot, but it's going really fast on the camera feed. So here it is. I know. Now that we talked about how to find your niche, you fools have some homework. In the description down below, you can sign up and download my audience discovery worksheet. Once you download that, go and answer those questions, because those questions are going to help you with discovering what your possible niches can be. So I want you to take those and hold on to it, because next week we're going to talk about how to take that list that you already wrote out and how to use that to find your target audience, which is different than your niche, because niche is getting more so in the ballpark of what you're looking for. Your target audience is the nitty gritty of who you're actually speaking to with your advertising, with your branding, and all that. So subscribe, hit the bell, do all the YouTube-y stuff that they tell you to do so you don't miss that video next week. And again, thank you for coming and watching the video, watching me sweat, my 18 double chins. I appreciate y'all, and thank you. So anyways, this has been your girl, Dezzi Pixels, and I'm out, bitches. Bye!